welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you swatches of Orly's summer collection for 2023. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're excited to see me finally do some swatching again. I know I'm excited. Don't get too excited because I'm not diving in like head first. Like I still am so crazy busy. But I'm excited to kind of be like dipping my toes in with a super late review, I'm sure, of this collection. I did ask in a previous video if you all would be interested in seeing me review Orly. I don't feel comfortable at this time reviewing any limited edition stuff because I have no control over my schedule, I feel like, with the baby and with work. But stuff that's going to be around for a while, I can do that. So this I felt comfortable reviewing, just in case you were wondering. So first of all, love these little boxes so I can show you the collections. They are just so cute. But here is the summer collection for 2023. I'm sure you've seen it already. But basically it's a 6-piece collection. There are 4 shimmers and 2 creams. I'll leave where you can purchase these down below. If they're available at Beyond Polish, I'll leave links for that because they're already discounted there. Plus, if you use my code RAY at checkout, you will get an additional 10% off your order. But yeah, I'm excited to share these with you today, mostly because I have a lot of thoughts. I'm feeling kind of saucy today, so watch out. Let's take a look. This first shade is called Embrace Danger, and it's described by Orly as being a bright, orangey, corally shimmer shade. I will say I think it could almost be described as a pearl, but this one has less of a pearl appearance than the other shimmers in this collection. So as you can see, it's got great opacity on the first coat. It is nearly a 1-coater, so I think these would be good for stamping. And I have to say, out of all of the shimmers in this release, this one was my favorite. I just really like that bright, punchy base color. It's super pretty. There are brush strokes when you apply this one, but most of them do disappear after it dries down. So here's 2 coats of Embrace the Danger from Orly. Up next we have Follow the Map, which is described as being a soft orangey coral shimmer. I was surprised that they put these 2 polishes in the same collection. They are pretty close, but as you can see, this one is a much more muted kind of color. It also had great opacity. I think it has stamping potential too, and was fully opaque for me in 2 coats. If I had to pick a least favorite out of the collection, it would be this one. I just didn't feel like the soft coral color did anything for my skin tone. It kind of washed me out, but yeah. There's 2 coats of Follow the Map with a glossy top coat. Up next is Close Call. This one Orly describes as being a teal shimmer shade. I would describe the base color as being a little bit closer to seafoam. It's a little light for a teal in my opinion. And this one was probably another favorite out of the shimmery shades if I had to pick. I was pleasantly surprised by the base color. I thought it was really beautiful. So full opacity in 2 coats with this one. You can see there are brush strokes, but some of those do disappear on drying down. Yeah, just not my favorite finish. I don't see myself reaching for these too much, but if you love a pearl, these are really pretty. 2 coats of Close Call with a glossy top coat. And the final shimmery shade in this collection is called Lost Treasure. Orly describes it as being a blue shimmer shade. Again, it has more of a pearly finish, and I would describe it as kind of like a mid-tone denim-ish blue. This one had kind of a patchy formula. I was surprised. I would say that out of the shimmery shades, this one took the most work to apply. Maybe that's just me, but it did take 2 coats in the video, 3 coats for my swatch photos to get it fully opaque and even to where there was no patchiness. The brush strokes felt pretty obvious in this one. I don't know if that's because it's a deeper shade, but some of those did disappear on dry down. And yeah, this one didn't really feel super summery to me. I could see maybe summer, but maybe winter too. So 3 coats of Lost Treasure with a glossy top coat. The next shade is a cream shade. There are 2 of those in this release, and it's called Off the Grid. Orly describes this one as being a bright blue cream. I would say it has a mid-toned kind of blue base and cream color, and it is kind of purple leaning. It's a little bit cool, almost like a dark periwinkle. This one had an amazing formula. Look at that coverage on the first coat. fully opaque for me in 2. I think most people will be good with this in 2 coats, and it just applied itself. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed wearing this color and can totally see myself wearing it this summer. So 2 coats of Off the Grid with a glossy top coat. I did decide to do some comparisons for the creams in this collection. I didn't really have anything that compared to the pearls, but on the ring finger here we see Orly's Off the Grid from this release, and none of the polishes I showed you with that polish are dupes. I would say Moonshine Manny in the Pacific is the closest, but the Orly is a little bit lighter and a little bit less blue and more purple. It's kind of the perfect in between of the OPI and the Moonshine Manny. Really, really pretty color. And the final shade in this collection is also a cream. This is On a Whim, and Orly describes it as a bright yellow cream. I don't know about that. I would say it is a bright green cream, I think, with yellow undertones. It is pretty strongly green. So on that first coat, we get decent coverage. It's a little bit patchy, not super even on the first coat, but it does have a lot of yellow in it. It built up pretty well on that second coat, but I didn't get full coverage. I'm wondering if my brush had been cut a little bit better, if maybe this would have been a 2-coater, but I did end up needing to go in for 3 for full opacity, and it ended up looking really pretty. I'd totally be willing to put on 3 coats of this shade. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Lots of green in the base though. Yeah, not a yellow, not a green, somewhere in between, which is actually a trending color for this season. So 3 coats of On a Whim with a glossy top coat. So here are some comparisons for On a Whim with some other chartreusey shades, including Orly Breathable Sour Time to Shine, which released this year as well. You can see that one is quite a bit brighter and less green leaning. On a Whim almost has like kind of an olivey lean to it. It's got more brown than some of the other brighter greens, and then the Believe Beauty is much more yellow. So that's it. That's the collection. What do you think? I'm sure you already know how I feel about it. Let me know how you feel down in the comments. I was not super thrilled and super in love with this collection. I was actually a little bit disappointed because I feel like Orly has been on fire this year with their collections. I absolutely loved their spring collection with those beautiful shimmers, those gorgeous, wonderfully formulated bright cream shades. Their collaboration with NASA was really, really cool, and I was super looking forward to seeing what they would release for summertime. I was not at all expecting pearl finish polishes. I know they're shimmers technically, but they feel very pearly to me. They feel super frosty, and that's just not something I ever personally go for in the summertime, but the colors of these shades definitely say summer, so I don't know when else I would wear them. Maybe in the fall, but honestly, a lot of them I probably won't reach for. I hate to say that, but I don't like pearl finish polishes, and I feel like so many mainstream brands are releasing these pearls, and I'm like, who is buying them? Someone is buying them. Someone loves them. If you love them, I am really happy for you that you got this collection, because these shimmer shades are well formulated for what they are. They're just not, it's just not my finish, you know, and everything's not going to be your finish, so it's okay. That being said, my favorite from the collection, I'm sure you can already guess, there were 2. First one was Off the Grid. This is like such a beautiful summer shade. I wish we could have gotten 6 of just beautiful cream shades. Honestly, I would have been thrilled about that. Like Orly's Breathable collection for spring, summer. If you haven't seen that collection, go check that out. I wish that would have been Orly's regular line collection for summer, because the colors in that were fabulous. But this was kind of along the same line, just bright, wonderful formula, very easy to work with, and so beautiful. I could see this one transitioning well into fall too. And then I also really enjoyed On a Whim. I thought this was a fun, funky color. It kind of did remind me of Sour Time to Shine from the Orly Breathable collection, which just released a couple weeks ago. So I'm surprised they released a shade so similar, even though it's very unique in their regular line, so close together. But it's a good color, so I'm not complaining. It's in my favorites. I like it. So let me know which of these polishes you enjoyed down in the comments. Have you grabbed any of them already? Are you going to grab them at some point? Are you excited about this collection? Are you a little bit disappointed? I want to know everything and talk to you about it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to let me know in the comments. I can keep doing Orly reviews in the future, or if you're just like everyone does Orly reviews, because I feel like a lot of people do them, especially here on YouTube. Let me know that too. But yeah, I want to know everything. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!